Hi, boys and girls. We're going to be reading Rough Face Girl today. Rough Face Girl is a fairy tale. That means fairy tales usually take place a long time ago. Rough Face Girl, remember we talked about, is a different rendition of Cinderella. Cinderella, and usually most fairy tales talk about the past, they're a fantasy, and they usually provide a lesson to the reader. Okay, we're going to read Rough Face Girl, and we're going to talk about important story events. In other words, we're going to talk about important key details. And the key details are going to help us understand what events found in the story move the story forward. So, the first thing I want you to do is to get a pencil. And I want you to go ahead and take your pencil and I want you to underline the title Rough Face Girl. The rough face girl is an important detail because not only is it in the title, but it also shows a picture of the rough face girl. So you can also circle the picture of the rough face girl. Okay, let's go ahead and read now Rough Face Girl. Paragraph 1. Many moons ago, there lived a brave warrior. He was called the Invisible One. No one could see him except his sister. He pledged to marry the first woman who could see him. So, in this paragraph here, I'm going to go ahead and underline. He pledged to marry the first girl that saw him. So, go ahead and take your pen and underline. He pledged to marry the first woman who could see him. Remember that word pledged means promise. That helps me understand how the story starts out and gives us an idea of the characters. Paragraph 2. Nearby, there lived a man with 2 daughters. The elder daughter was callous and cruel. The younger, called Rough Face Girl, was gentle and kind. Is there any event or key details in this particular paragraph? Think. Nope, there's not. It's just describing the characters, so we're not going to underline anything there. Okay, look now at paragraph 3. Let's read. Rough Face Girl worked hard. She tended the fire. It made her face rough and chapped. Her idle sister did nothing. Is there any events or important key details in this paragraph? Nope. It doesn't really tell us anything in terms of key details. Again, it just tells us more about the rough face girl. Now look at paragraph 4. One day, Idle's sister announced, I want to marry the Invisible One. She hurried to his wigwam by the lake. Are there any key details there? Yes, there are. Where it reads that she hurried by the wigwam next to the lake. I'm going to go ahead and underline those words. She hurried to his wigwam by the lake. Okay, let's go ahead and read now the next 2 pages, starting with page 8. The Invisible One's sister greeted her and asked, Can you see my brother? Okay, I'm going to stop right there, and you're going to finish the rest of the 2 pages. Your job is to underline and find at least 2 key events to underline. I'm going to go ahead and read the rest of the story for you. So while you're watching, go ahead and goldfish read. Make sure that your mouth is moving to the words that I'm reading. Yes, answered the idle sister. What is his bow made from? She asked the Invisible One's sister. Wood, of course, replied the idle sister. You cannot see him, declared the Invisible One's sister. You are not truthful. A week later, Rough-Faced Girl decided to visit the Invisible One. She used birch bark to make a dress and moccasins. The Invisible One's sister greeted Rough-Faced Girl. "Can you see my brother?" she asked. "Yes, he is splendid," replied Rough-Faced Girl. "What is his bow made from?" asked his sister. "It's made from a rainbow," Rough-Faced Girl exclaimed. The Invisible One knew Rough-Faced Girl could see him. So that night, they were married and lived happily forever after. Okay, so again, you're going to start right here where my check mark is, and you're going to read paragraphs 5 through 15, underlying two key details that are story events. Now, there's more than two that you could probably underline, but I want you to just work off of two. Okay? Good luck.